Hey, Paul. How's it going? Did you see this memo?
What memo?
So we got a memo for Alan Smithy that we've gone, I guess, too far off the rails. I don't know whatever that means.
This sounds familiar. It sounds like we're retreading.
It was this long list of what's canon and what's not canon.
Which is canon?
Does it count? Does it all count? Apparently, it all doesn't count.
None of it counts.
None of it.
Does it ever count?
But so right now, we're supposed to bring things back to status quo.
Okay.
So I thought you and me and Aaron could try to just bring things back to basics because apparently, I don't know if listenership is down or whatever, but we really got to somehow. I'm going to have some gum here. I'm sorry, my breath stinks. I apologize.
I've got to do. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, there, Aaron's out. Okay, Aaron, I guess he'll be
Now
back.
it's more status quo.
I guess it's just you and I
It's
now.
almost back to basics already.
All right, well.
If he's out, I'm taking his mic.
Fine, he's got a better mic.
Switch over here in this mic.
Okay, fine. I was going to give him a piece of gum. Anyway, should we start the show?
Let's roll it.
It's time now for the show to begin. Thank you. Have a very pleasant evening.
You're not dreaming. I've got a migraine. It just won't quit. I have got the most serious headache, Paul.
Well, I'm glad because I just got rid of a most serious headache. So
Did you give it to me?
I think you might have my headache.
Anyway, this is Mr. Lobo, more or less. We're trying to get things back. Bring it back to status quo.
Say that into the mic.
Bring it back to status quo.
Status quo.
Quaid.
Is that why Aaron's not here?
Aaron's not here?
Why? The mic said
I was just going to introduce him. I was going to say this is Paul Sanders to my left or right or right.
Well, why'd you point at Aaron's spot?
Well,
are we switching? Is this backwards day? Am I Aaron?
well, I don't know. I'm confused now.
How does this become status quo?
Well, I guess if it's just, it's just you and me would be status quo, probably.
Which version of you and me?
Do
I have to shave my head again and get on my knees like last time?
That's just for our private time, Paul. I wish you wouldn't share that with the audience. You mean as far as the duplicate, the decoy version of you?
Are we allowed to acknowledge that? Are we in a?
Are we allowed to acknowledge?
Are we in even a new tagline?
How can we figure out whether it's supposed to be or not if we don't at least talk about it?
Sure.
Yeah. And then Aaron, we have him on the podcast sometimes, right? But obviously this is not one of those times because he's not here.
Well, why is he not here?
I don't know. Well, he did say he was going out for some cigarettes.
Does he smoke?
No, that's weird. Yeah. We might not ever see him again.
You should have taken that hangover with him that you have.
the migraine, not hangover.
Tomato.
All right, I've got a serious hangover. I better start drinking.
Start drinking now. It's only 3 a.m. Let's go.
So Paul and we've been doing this podcast for 7 and or 9 years or something?
Too damn long. Too damn long.
How many episodes? 150 episodes?
This is 152. So what are we? We're like 4 episodes away from another anniversary episode.
Oh God.
Are we gonna make it?
Hi God, I hope so. We haven't had like the regular intro for a while.
What's the regular intro? It's been so long, I don't remember what it sounds like. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. No, I don't think so.
That's not it?
That's not it. No. And
we're not gonna take it.
No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take that copyright strike. No.
I don't think that was it either.
No, that's not it either. No. Start the show, hit the lights. This is it, the night of nights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it. You don't know that one?
That's not it.
You don't know it, though?
That's not it. Yeah, it's a Bugs Bunny show.
Oh, but you didn't even join in.
Because I don't know the lyrics. I was just going to hum.
It's time to play the music, right? It's time to light the lights. It's almost the same song, right? It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Oh wait, that was Taz.
How did we get to Taz? Either it's animal. Is it animal or
Was
Taz?
that animal or Taz?
Animal or Taz? Taz or animal?
Yeah.
45
more minutes of this shit.
This is what you wanted to do. You wanted to find our way to back to status quo. There is no status quo. That's what we're learning.
This is how we get to shart radio.
I mean, short radio, all shorts all the time. Short radio.
There's no budget for that anymore, so that's just staying in as is.
Remember when radio stations would just have laser sounds for no reason, and somehow that we somehow were impressed by that. It's like, wow, how did they afford those lasers?
They just went out and bought a Casio keyboard. Fart in the microphone, you know. Oop, that one might have been real.
Oh no.
All right.
Paul, I'm tired of you farting everything up in here. The studio is already disgusting. It doesn't need actual like pook ass to added to the mix.
So you had some stuff prepared. What shtick did you have prepared that?
I don't have it here right now. I mean, I can go get my phone, I guess.
Where would it be?
I mean, in this mess. Okay. We were talking about we did a whole show about AI, right? Mm-hmm. And we had the AI create a show for us based on us, and it sucked. Can we agree on that or no?
I don't know. Did it really suck? Because we wrote off of it like 4 freaking times.
I guess so. And that's my point of it, is that I felt like we had to work so much harder to make that nonsense make sense. You know what I mean? And so what I've been doing with the AI is that I have actually turned the relationship around. Usually it's like you put a bunch of prompts in and then it does your work for you. And it's like, well, I don't want that. Doing the work is the fun part. It's like, I want an AI to wash my dishes. I want an AI to do my laundry. I want an AI to do my taxes. I don't want an AI that's going to do the creative, fun work for me. But I do want to be better at doing creative and fun things. So what I've been doing with the AI is I actually am saying, I want to write humor. I want to be better at what I do. I want you to give me prompts. You give me the prompts, and then I'll try to write something. And so it's been going, well, you could be, you're, and it's weird because it knows who I am, which is really creepy. It's like, you're hosting a film festival and you show a cartoon where Bugs Bunny has a wardrobe malfunction. What's your joke? And then first of all, I'm like, well, first of all, that's already a joke. It's too funny. I'm training it, right? It's like you're trying to make a joke that Bugs Bunny had a wardrobe malfunction. It's like that's already the joke. It's like if there was, but anyhow, I'll write a joke anyway. But you're trying to be too funny, AI. You're just supposed to give me the prompt. I'm supposed to come up with the funny part. So anyhow, that was one thing. It would create these scenarios. You're at you're buying a comic book, or there's a comic book based on your favorite hero in the comics.
Oh, Logo?
We should stop and talk about that. But let's circle back to that.
Let's go back. Put a pin on Logo.
Put a pin on Logo. Lobo says put a pin on Logo.
Hey AI.
BOGO. Buy one, get one.
All right.
Okay. So anyhow, but some of the ones are kind of interesting. One of them said that I was the curator of a museum of breakfast cereals, and the only reason I think it probably hears me when I'm talking about Big Cereal Time. So, and those of you who don't know, on Wednesdays I dress up like a space commander and show cartoons, and then we have a thing. Just like we have Chalky Milk Time on the live stream, we also have Big Cereal Time.
That's only on Wednesdays?
What?
You dressing up like a
goofball? I guess I am doing it tonight because we are showing a sci-fi movie. We're showing Voyage to Prehistoric Planet
tonight, even though this will be in the future. So it'll be what 4 weeks ago you dressed as.
4 weeks ago.
I think your hangover jumped over here just trying to finish that sentence.
Yeah. So I do dress up as a space commander sometimes, and so I do this thing called Big Cereal Time where we're watching cartoons and we're eating cereal. But anyhow, the AI said, you're the curator of a cereal museum. And so write a skit about that. So I did. And then there was another one. So anyhow, maybe I'll go find my phone and I can read some of the things that I wrote based on the AI. Maybe that's something we can use
That sounds like a direction.
to kill time.
Like a direction to go in.
It is it's better than, I guess, just
Talk it out of my ass.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Right into the Casio.
But do we want to talk now? Do we want to go back to this comic book thing?
Do we want to do logo real quick because we're about to wrap up.
Yeah. Let's do logo, and then when we come back, I'll go get Miss Mitten's phone and I'll read the things that I wrote. So wait, we're not going to do logo?
I thought we were doing logo.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to start.
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to start. How?
Okay, Batman and Deadpool have a comic book together.
Prompt me. What is logo?
So apparently, Batman, which is a DC character,
right,
and Deadpool, which is a Marvel character, are appearing in a comic book together this month. Right. It just came out?
It was already out, yeah. September 17th, I think it's dropped.
So, okay, which would be in the past.
It's still in the past.
It's still in the past, but more past. Because who knows when they'll hear this. We should just start doing these live, Paul. So okay. So this is what happened is that this is anticipation of Batman and Deadpool and Batman, two already enormously popular characters.
Right.
We see the cover of the comic book. Neither of those characters are on the cover, right?
No. The cover that I sent you is a second print.
Oh.
They did
how many covers?
17 variant covers.
What?
Mostly with Deadpool and Wolverine.
What?
Or Deadpool and Batman, rather.
What?
17 covers. And that's only what came out in the store because I bought the Scotty Young cover, and that was exclusive to his shop. I had to go to his shop to buy it. So that's 18. God. And if Midtown has one, then that's 19. And this second print would be 20.
I mean, this is like a license to print money, I guess they think it is.
I think they think this is 15 years ago when they did all that crap. But they did. So one of the covers, there's several covers, but
see, I didn't know there were that many variant covers.
So one of the covers is Batman and Wolverine fighting. So each of the covers is a different superhero.
Yeah.
So it's a Marvel superhero and a DC superhero together.
I see.
So majority of them are Batman and Deadpool, but other ones are like there's the one that I got from Scotty Young is Wolverine versus Lobo.
Yeah.
Fighting each other. Yeah. And I guess that is where the second print came from, where they have a Wolverine Lobo mashup where they have logo.
I don't understand why it's logo.
Not
not
Lobo, not Wobo-ween, Lobo-ween. I can't.
Lobo,
it was easier to say in text.
Lobo-ween is already mine. That's what I call Halloween. They take, but Lobo-ween, I guess, right? Lobo-reen, right? Because it's Wolverine, so Lobo-reen.
Right.
That would be okay. Lobo-reen, or what would be the other one? Wolverbo?
Sure.
I already kind of have a problem with Lobo because I'm already Lobo.
Right.
It was worse when I was doing comics, when I was doing cartooning and comics, because people would be like, "Oh, I tried to find you, and all I ever found was this space biker," or the opposite. "Oh, you must do that comic book, Lobo." No, I don't. That's just my name. So, but yeah. So anyhow, if those of you who don't know, I guess Lobo is a space biker. Mm-hmm. I don't know. He's
basically Wolverine, just amped to 11.
Yeah, he almost seems like he belongs. Was he created by the guy who made Trencher? He almost feels like he's an independent comic book character.
I feel like the guy who did Trencher did artwork, but I don't know if he...
okay.
No, Simon Baz, but not Simon Baz. Simon something.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't know.
That's another thing
AI.
we can look.
Aren't you AI?
No, I'm not AI.
You're real?
All right. Well, we're gonna go. I guess. Are we gonna take a break now?
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
So we're gonna take a break now. We're gonna ask AI a few things. I'm gonna go get my my writing, and we'll be back with more of whatever the hell this is.
To our Sleepless Knights pODDcast listeners on Spotify, Now we have a subscription service.
Oh, wow.
What does that subscription get you? Glad you asked. It gives you the weekly notification of the standard show when it's released, but also access to our members-only Segment 5 that drops a few days after.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yes, for pennies a day, support your favorite weekly show financially to help us with the necessities like eggs, bread, horse and milking, or in Paul's case, that endless supply of Grandpa Nana's corn chips. Another tasty thing you can do to help with your favorite show, now that you've listened to us on Spotify, on the app, you can rate this podcast. That's right, give us a glowing review to help new people find this show and make it their favorite show, who will rate the show and help new people find this show to make it their favorite show, who will make it, well, you get the idea. It's the circle of Spotify life, right, Paul?
Well, what's this now?
And we're back. God, I miss Aaron. If he were here, he really would know. He'd have something to say, wouldn't he?
Should we smoke one for him? Should we all light up and have a puff?
Smoke him if you got him.
In memory of Aaron?
Yeah, let's all go to Flavor Country together right now. Speaking of Flavor Country, during the break, we got some complaints about my gum chewing. So I spit
already?
my gum. Yeah, it's weird.
How did that happen?
I know, because we're like in the past, right? Recording
Are
this?
we in the future?
Oh, God.
Is it in the future past?
Or is it the retro future? I don't know. Future.
Is this the space between spaces? Is this the 2-year break?
This could be.
Is this a Lost episode?
This could be. It should be. It should be a Lost episode. So the reason I went through Miss Minton's phone. The reason I couldn't find this initially is because I just have a weird list of
a lot of only prawns.
Yeah, a lot of, but I also have just a weird list of writing ideas. So it wasn't like a separate. It wasn't easy to find just by the name of it. So let me go with the first thing. One of the things that the AI said.
Do you need time to do this, or you think you just go like?
I'm gonna just go into it.
All right.
So the AI. So I said to the AI, give me a prompt. I want to be better at my writing. Just give me a prompt, and it basically said to write a movie trailer. See, again, it knows who I am, right? Write a movie trailer about like breakfast wars or pancake wars or something like that. Okay. Again, it's trying to be too funny, right? And I keep warning it. I'm like, listen, that's already a joke.
One more time, and you're going to go sit in the corner.
You let me do the funny stuff.
None more of this, Abacus.
Pancake wars is already funny. So anyhow, so here's the first one. So
I'm the funny. You give me the prompts.
Yeah, exactly. This is the first AI thing, and so you can do sound effects and stuff. I'll just do the voiceover.
Okay.
Okay, ready? I'm just gonna read it cold. Battery, hold on. Is your phone dying? Your computer dying?
I did plug it in. I just
all right. Is this all part of the show?
Yeah, it's going to be.
Oh, awesome! Sure. I love it.
Yeah. Well,
This is what you got to see. There it is.
There it is. It's back to status quo, right?
Yeah.
This is how we did it back in the day.
This is how it started.
When we carved it into stone and played it on a record player.
Why though?
I don't know. I don't know. The technology was there, but we decided to go backwards.
How did we have a record player if we had stone? All right. Did a pterodactyl play this record?
Oh, bother.
Anyway, we get the hair jobs.
I thought I was doing the sound effects.
Okay. All right. You're doing the sound effects. What if the universe was flat? Journey to a breakfast 10,000 light and fluffy years in the making. Astro Jemima versus Missile Butterworth are in a galactic race to stack up the highest, airy, mouth-watering flying saucers of flavor the stars have ever tasted. Coming soon to a greasy spoon near you, a sprawling saga of carbohydrates with infinite butter and syrup and bottomless coffee on the side. Galactic Pancake Wars. May the fork be with you this summer. So that was that, right?
Okay.
So again, that was the premise. They had pancake wars, and that's what I wrote. And I thought there's a couple fun ideas.
I think we're giving Titanic on skateboard a run for its money.
Yeah. Why is it always trying to be so wacky? That's what I want to know. It's like you're going to give me that premise like it's already funny, Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this was another one. So they said Bugs Bunny. So I'm at a film festival.
Okay.
This is me, Mr. Lobo, at a film festival, and I have to do a joke about a wardrobe malfunction with Bugs Bunny.
Ah, crap. Another copyright claim. What do we got here? I'm going to wing it. I'll just wing it, Mr. Lobo. All right. Give me a second. Ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Leonard Maltin was supposed to come out and give this next cartoon a proper introduction as a product of its time. Apparently, Bugs Bunny has a wardrobe malfunction and exposes his carrot on screen.
Exposes his... Get through that.
I
All right,
couldn't.
Okay, ready?
3, 2. Bugs Bunny has a wardrobe malfunction and exposes his carrot on screen for several frames. This is what happens when studio brass doesn't let their animators take their union-negotiated coffee breaks.
And it tied into the last one.
See?
We had the coffee break.
Right.
We had the coffee break and the sipping the coffee.
So that's it. So that
And
was
Aaron
all I
went for
had for
cigarettes
that.
and-
Because again, it was already too funny with the wardrobe, Bugs Bunny wardrobe. What am I going to do? It's
Right.
like, okay, well, I'll make a joke. All
Do I
right.
have to bleep that? We're going back
Do we
to
have a
status
sound
quo.
effect for that?
I think there is. But
Okay.
I think it's barn.
Okay. So here's the next one, which I think is my favorite, and we'll stop it after this. Yeah, I think this is the last one.
Oh boy.
So
Short episode.
No, yeah, stop the whole thing. No, I mean forever. I mean, I think we should just
We're
quit.
done.
Yeah.
Going out on a high note.
Yeah.
Put this rock on the record player. We're out of here.
Well, it's a living. Okay.
Suck it to me. I'm the genie.
I'm the genie.
Really bad Nixon, right?
Yeah, that was really bad.
Hold on, wait. I got a second to you.
Uh-huh. Oh, boy.
I'm the genie.
no.
Suck it to
Oh,
me.
God, I hate it.
How was that? Okay.
I hate it. Okay, so the next thing, the AI, next prompt, the AI, to make me a better humorist,
Okay.
the AI gave me another prompt, and they said that this was and again, it is totally spying on me. To do as a museum curator of breakfast cereals.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the breakfast cereal museum of some kind.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us here in the hallowed halls of Crunchitization. Crunchitization. That's easy for me to say. Yep. 3, 2. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here in the hallowed halls of Crunchitization.
Boy. Okay, let me practice this word real quick.
Crunchitization.
Easy for you to say.
Crunchitization.
Be very careful how you're going to say that.
Crunchitization.
We might-
Crunchitization.
You might get censored. Different
Crunchitization.
countries.
Everyone, all together now.
Crunchitization.
Crunchitization. Perfect.
Okay.
Here we go. 3 and 2.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
3 and 2.
You didn't even get the
I know.
Crunchitization.
Morning. Thank you for joining us here in the hallowed halls of Crunchitization.
Wow, I can't make it through that. Easy to write, but hard to say.
If we can get past crunchitization, it's because it's crunchitize me, Captain, right? Crunchitization. Okay, I'll slow it real down. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here in the hallowed halls of crunchitization. Screwed up already.
I was gonna say, what is it?
That's it.
That's great.
Good morning.
Awesome.
Good morning.
Three. Good. Ready?
Go ahead and count me in.
3, 2, 1.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us here in the hallowed halls of Crunchitization Institute of Bowl-Breaking Achievements, sponsored by Kellogg's. This wing is dedicated to forgotten breakfast cereals. Please, no flash photography, as it tends to degrade the flavor and nutrition content of the milk. We do not have much time before our demo cereals get soggy for any of you sampling our examples of these obscure delights from kitchen tables of history. On your right is the healthy, fiber-rich contender from the 1980s, Gravel Yard Clumps and Clusters. It definitely will stay crunchy longer than the rest, so I suggest you try it last, but only if you have strong teeth and stronger dental insurance. Next to that is another obscure cereal that was taken off the market, mainly because it was too expensive to produce. It was called Whoops All Prizes. It's actually not cereal at all, but a response to consumers who were nostalgic about finding a toy tie-in at the bottom of the box. On the wall is the last remaining box of Fruit Hoops. They purposely misspelled fruit to avoid a false claim, but ironically was sued for not actually being shaped like hoops. They briefly came back with new packaging that spelled the word hoops H-U-P-E-Z. But the damage has already been done and the cereal was ultimately discontinued. Sir? Sir, I see you're raising your hand. Do you have a question? Okay. You might not be able to hear him in the back, but this gentleman had a question about blooper nuts. It was from the 1970s and was the only cereal made with a plastic chemical-based glue and peanut shells. Elmer's sold their industrial waste to Big K cereals. The mascot was Hermit, the glue-sniffing horse. The theme song was very catchy and ran on Saturday morning television in the commercials, as many of you remember. A snort of goodness in the morning, a snort of goodness in the afternoon. Put it in your nose and wake up, I suppose. It's got glue that's too good for a spoon. Parents were concerned about the references to sniffing glue, and the commercials were pulled from television. Hermit Horse was considered so socially unacceptable that a judge had the cartoon character removed from boxes of blooper nuts. Without TV ads or cute mascots, blooper nuts was forced to fade into obscurity by 1974. Any further questions? Sir, excuse me. Sir, get your nose out of that exhibit. I will call security.
I thought there was some good jokes in there. But again, all that came from the computer giving me a prompt. What would I say if I were the, curator of a museum of cereal?
Could the Oops All Prizes be that there's only one little cluster of cereal that you have to find in the prize box?
There's one. I like that. There's just like one piece of cereal. You're like pulling all the
prizes out for the one.
You bring a big bowl out, right? And you dump the whole bowl of prizes into the bowl, and you're like looking for the one bit of cereal, and you eat the one bit of cereal.
And the disclaimer is that they have to include the one bit of cereal because of the nutritional value.
I love that. See, we're riffing on that. But
Thank you. That's what my AI told me to tell you. So.
No. But see, I think that's a good, interesting way to use AI, and I've been telling other people about that, other creatives about this.
You've been telling other AI about it.
No, I'm hoping I'm talking to real
all
people.
AI, listen to this.
No, but I feel like that, like other creatives are like, that's a really good use of AI. I'm going to just, it's like, like when David Bowie used to write songs and he would just like reach into a, I don't know, hat or something and pull out words and try to work it into the song. And that kind of got his brain going.
Right. And then put it on a rock.
Yeah, put it on a rock and then put the rock on a record player.
That's where we got that. We
took that from David. We ripped off
David
Bowie. I mean, everybody ripped off David Bowie, but I guess
Everybody's
he
gotta
ripped off everybody else. Everybody ripped everybody else off. So, I think that I have had a couple people say, I actually think that's a really good use of AI where it's just kind of an aggregator. It's like it's sort of a tool where it's helping you make your thing, get your juices flowing, get your ideas going.
No, first of all, why'd you call me a tool? That was a really, really long way to just call me a tool.
I know. Sorry, Paul. I didn't mean it. I'm just kind of frustrated that we don't actually have a premise for the show. We're trying to bring it back to status quo when we had no status quo.
I feel like we're in the status
quo.
This is the
status quo? This is it? Just the vibe?
Us just stumbling and...
Just throwing feces at the wall.
Kicking each other in the
seeing
teeth.
What sticks. Kicking each other in the teeth. Sounds great. All right. Well, that was my little bout with the AI stuff. We're going to scrape some more stuff off the wall, and we'll be back with more Sleepless Nights of Insomnia.
Hey, Mr. Lobo. I'm trying to buy a Mummy and the Monkey t-shirt for Miss Mittens, and I'm having troubles getting on the OSI 74 shop.
Well, first thing, Paul, you're staring at a blank page. We don't have our Store Etsy or ePay shops anymore. We have a Square site now.
Well, that's good because my monitor's square. Actually, it's more like a rectangle. Will it work on rectangles?
Secondly, we don't have the Mummy and the Monkey shirts on our site, okay? They have their own stuff. The OSI 74 shop is where you're going to find all our official in-house Outer Space International merchandise. The OSI 74 astronaut t-shirts, stickers, patches, posters, autographed Cinema Insomnia DVDs, and all our CI stuff like Mr. Lobo's coloring book and the Monster Match card game. I mean, you can even get a glow-in-the-dark Mr. Lobo shirt.
Huh. And what about stuff from the other OSI 74 shows?
Well, the OSI 74 Square site is also a hub to jump off to other shows and on-demand items for many of the weird, retro, and fun programs on our OSI 74 Roku channel. But if you're looking to buy a gift, I mean, why don't you keep it in the family and get a glow-in-the-dark Miss Mittens t-shirt for the Mummy and the Monkey?
I hate to be the one to break it to you, but they don't really watch your show. But I'll take a 62 triple extra large shirt. Can I get the producer's discount on that?
Don't be like Paul. Visit our shop at osi74.square.site.
Oh, man. Boy, I think we made a mistake.
Yeah, we're done. We've hit the wall.
We're drowning.
Already.
Yeah, Aaron, save us.
This is basically the status quo. Like I said the last segment. I feel like this is what we've done. Where it's like we've got to talk some more.
Aaron needs to come back.
Well, what do you think he would say about this?
Aaron, what would Aaron say? I think he'd say this.
Oh, I don't know if we could. Oh boy,
no.
I'm gonna have to censor a lot of that.
No,
I don't.
yeah.
We might get canceled for that one.
I'm sorry, I even brought that up. Anyway, talk
about spoilers.
Spoilers. Should we talk about spoilers?
No, Aaron filled that.
Oh,
up.
yeah,
He spoiled like everything.
Yeah.
I think the next 7 years of Star Wars and.
This is a good point. We are living in the golden age of toxic fans. Okay. Don't you feel like this is the goal? If there's such a thing as the golden age, this would be the golden age of toxic fans.
If there's amount of and we have to hit the crest, I think we're pretty much at the tippy top of the Mount more.
Because okay, one of the things that I've really noticed, like when the Superman movie was coming out, and I think we talked about this before on the podcast. Do we get a T-shirt?
Are we doing the T-shirt?
I don't know. Is that status quo? Let
me get to. Well, I mean that's later status quo, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have to get to HR about that.
Okay,
so marketing, isn't it marketing?
If I probably have said this on the podcast before, but
had we had a shirt, you could get one.
I can't think of anything like when the Superman movie was about to come out. The level of scrutiny from fans was suffocating.
Yeah.
Like they fought over every little detail. They went over that trailer with the finest of tooth combs and go, oh my gosh, his belt's an inch too high, or, did you see how many nose hairs he has?
Mm-hmm. Guy Gardner looks like Uncle Fester.
Which makes no sense since Uncle Fester's bald.
Well, it's the Fester from Addams Family too.
Yeah, that's right.
Where he's wearing the wig.
The funny wig. What's funny is that they ate crow on most of that stuff. Everybody loves how Guy Gardner looks now. And they like his new they like the costume now, or some do. They're still fighting over it. The Star Wars stuff has got out of control, where you have people who just want you to love everything and not question it. Like it's just like, well, they'll stop making Star Wars if we just don't absolutely embrace everything.
Transformers fans were like that. Where like those Bayformers just got worse and worse and worse as they went on, and everybody else was like, "This kind of stinks," and the Transformers was like, "Shh,
yeah.
If we pick this apart, they won't make these anymore. We're just happy to have Transformers."
Yeah, I feel like that's sort of sad, right? It's just like you can't, I feel like there's something in between that and just pissing all over everything. And then there's this kind of, and I think Marvel and DC or Marvel also, right? Marvel's in this weird spot too, where it's like Thunderbolts is sort of underperformed, and
I think it did decent.
Captain America underperformed. Fantastic Four, by their estimation, underperformed. These movies still made millions and millions of dollars.
Well, they thought they knew it was going to underperform because it came out close to Superman, first of all. So they were like, we've got stiff competition. But not to get political, but there's also the whole political climate too of like, well, overseas is where we make all of our money, and a lot of the overseas companies were boycotting American-made products.
And I do feel like we've reached a point with superhero movies where it's, I don't want to say we're quite there yet, like where we got with Westerns, but there's so much of it, and so much of it that's high quality, that it's very, very hard to break through. You just can't keep pulling that same lever and get the same response from the general audience. Like the superhero fans will always come out and support superhero movies. The dyed-in-the-wool superhero fans will, but it's not trendy for everyone to want to see that kind of movie. I feel like a lot of people are full. And even some super fans are like, I'm kind of tired of Star Wars. I'm kind of tired of Marvel.
I haven't watched anything since season 2 of Mandalorian. I just gave up on all of it.
Yeah, which is weird because you're a Star Wars fan. And I have talked to people who are like that with Marvel, where it's like, I thought you were a Marvel fan. It's like, yeah, but I'm just kind of burned right now.
My problem with Marvel is everything's in name only. I got really stoked about that Marvel Zombies trailer, and I watched it, and after the third time watching it, I'm like, oh, this is just superheroes that are zombies versus superheroes. This is nothing like the comic. The comic, the zombie superheroes they actually are with it. They eat people, and they're remorseful for eating people. But,
interesting.
They have a. I can't think of the word right now, but by watching the trailer, the several times that I've watched the trailer, it's just superheroes versus zombies that just happen to be superheroes, and that's about it.
Okay.
And then the other thing I got super excited about was Blade Knight. Because I watched it the first time, and I'm like, oh, is that Moon Knight? Oh, cool, Moon Knight's in that. And then the second time I watched it, I'm like, wait, that's Blade. And then I was on the Facebooks, and they're like, if you watch earlier, Blade pulls out the sword, and Khonshu is reflected in the sword. It is Blade infused with Moon Knight.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, cool. Let's look up what books it was. Oh, he appeared in season 3 of What If, and that's it. He's not a creation from the comics.
Oh, interesting.
And that's another thing that Disney does a lot of. It's like, oh, everybody enjoys these superhero films. Everybody wants like things made fresh not from the comics. You know, everybody who wants to watch a comic book movie doesn't want to watch anything from the comics. Let's make brand new things every damn time or change it so freaking much. I'm sorry, am I being the toxic fandom right now?
Well, no, I mean, it isn't. No, but that is one of the sides of it is that the whole, right, it's become almost a punchline, comic accurate, right?
Right.
Which can mean anything, honestly, because I do feel like the comics contradict themselves a lot too.
Right.
Where it's like, which comic accurate, which version, which comic,
like I want it to
accurate
be
to what?
I want it to be like the original MCU was close enough that it did its own thing, but it still like homaged the comics. Because I remember, you know, being a kid in the 90s and stuff like that, you remember where it's like, you know, we would get like, Punisher and all that stuff. And if they even got it even really close to the book, you were lucky.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, X-Men's coming out. I can't wait to see what they do. And it's just basically Wolverine and the X-Men. And it's like, there's nothing. It's like, it's name only, even back then.
And that always drove me crazy because, like, I mean, I wasn't the biggest of Punisher fans, but I only required a skull on the shirt.
Right.
That was really it.
Not Dolph Lundgren naked in the sewers meditating.
No, it's just like no skull shirt, no deal. I know I've said that before, but it's just like that's all you've got. It's all you need is a skull shirt and guns. That's really all you need to be the Punisher. And if you can't even commit to a skull on your shirt, then what are you even doing?
Do you need fake ears on your Captain America hood?
Yes. Why not? Why not? And they're wings, aren't they? Aren't they little wings?
They're wings, but it wasn't the one that came in the 90s. The rubber ears that's on his... Because his ears actually didn't actually sit out.
His ears didn't stick
So they put on rubber ears on the hood, the helmet.
That's crazy. Wow.
The Italian Captain America?
I guess. But you know, I mean, like for me, I feel like that's one of the things I liked about Peacemaker, and one of the things I liked about the new Superman movie is like those characters look like they came out of a comic book, and for like it or not, there's no embarrassment or compromise on that. It's like they're just wearing superhero costumes.
Right. See, I like Superman because in essence, he's like the comic book character.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm probably I'm bitching about how they stray too far from Wolverine.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm not connected to Superman as much. Where it's like I'm more forgiving. For Superman. But I mean, I felt the same way with like Guardians of the Galaxy, where they were close enough to their counterparts in the comics that.
I feel like part of it is the essence right? Are we telling the same kind of story even if it's not literal, you know? But there is this like entitlement of it, and this is just entertainment at the end of the day, you know? And it's frustrating to where it's like it's so much people who are like they're getting so angry about it. It's like, okay, it's one thing to feel like I wish they'd do this or I wish they'd do that, but the sort of like, you know, the venom that comes out in defense.
Oh, don't bring up Venom. God. There we go. Now we're going to fire up the chats.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hopefully. Please argue in the chats.
Yeah.
We need the interaction.
God. See, and I think, and that's the real issue, honestly, is for most people who are influencers and for corporations, their currency is pissing people off.
Right. Because if you like something, you don't say anything. But if you hate something, you're vocal about it.
And even the positive stuff, like I feel like they'll say something that's kind of wrong on purpose, so people will come and correct them, or they'll say something that's not really a hot take, but it's sort of like they've got the facts backwards,
right?
And they know exactly what they're doing.
Or they'll chew gum in segment 1.
Yeah, exactly, just to annoy people. So I feel like. That's another weird thing is that people don't realize they're being manipulated for engagement. I think we're seeing that a lot more now where someone will complain about something and someone will call them and say, hey, you know what? You just copied somebody else's complaint that got high views and are using that same you are making that same complaint just to farm engagement or to farm interaction.
If you're even real.
If you're even real,
because
right?
I feel like a lot of these people aren't even real.
Yeah, it's
just
really strange. Like I was like, I was on a certain other horror host's fan page. Don't ask me why I was there. And like so many of it's like this is a really active account, but when you look at a lot of the interaction, it's like someone who has a name that's like Skreeb Gervarb Knob Knob, like that's the person's name, and then they're like, hey, all you Svengoolie fans, chime in with your social security number. And not really that, but it's like it seems so fake. It's like, hey fans, just announce yourself. Hey fans, we're going to start deleting people off the page who aren't real fans. And you see these posts all the time, again and again and again. And it's like, well, who are these people? These names don't make any kind of sense. And then you have all these poor, especially like, a lot of these folks in these fans, I feel like are like older folks or maybe folks who are not super comfortable on the internet who are like, please don't delete me. I'm a fan. Here I am. Let me tell you my social security number. And it's like, it's so like, I feel like social media has become just the aggregator of all the toxicity too. And again, where we don't really trust each other and we're constantly either like you're saying, like the Transformers guys kowtowing, like, no, don't complain. They'll stop giving us our tiny drip of happiness. Or the, everything sucks. There's too many molecules in Superman's spacesuit.
Go back to Transformers. Can we talk about Transformers 1? Like everybody was like, oh, Bayformers sucks. And like I said, the fan groups were like, "Shh, don't tell anybody. Don't say that." But then they went and they reset it and they did the Transformers 1 cartoon and they piss poor marketing. They did horrible marketing to the degree where even I saw the trailer. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah.
They redesigned them, all this other stuff. I don't want to see this. But people on social media were going, this is actually good. Don't trust those trailers. This is good. And I want, and a couple other people I've seen are like, this is really good. And it failed in the theater because nobody went.
If Aaron was here, he'd say the same thing because he was saying exactly the same thing you said. He's like, it looked like crap, and then I checked it out, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I was done early. I'm like, I'm done early. I'm going to get a ticket. I'm just going to go see it in the theater, whatever. I was telling Kyra about it. And we were even analyzing the poster because the poster, they have Megatron up top, front and center. I guess I should put a spoiler warning because I'm about to spoil something.
All right,
but,
spoiler warning for all you
people
fans
who haven't watched this in the last 6 months that it's been out, and or whatever. Since we're in the future,
oh, Andor also.
I guess we're in the future, right?
Are we talking about Andor?
We can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Andor's on the top of the poster, and he's not
that's
in the
really
movie
weird.
At all. No, they put Megatron front and center as the villain. He's not the villain of the story. He is not the villain of the story.
Interesting.
But they have him there front and center.
Wow.
And I guess that's because people know who Megatron is.
They know who he is. They're trying to get him in the door.
Yeah.
Wow. Nope. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about fans and fandom because I didn't quite get to my T-shirt tirade. So that's something to look forward to when we're back with more Sleepless Nights of Insomnia.
And maybe Aaron will get back.
Somewhere in space, this may be happening right now. 20th Century Pants and Alan Smithy, the man who brought you popcorn during American Graffiti, now bring you an adventure not like anything on your planet. Uber Fans, the story of a boy, a girl, and a universe, and a man in a dog costume or something. It's a big, sprawling space saga of rebellion and romance and goblins, starring Michael Housel as Luke Starkiller, Anita Gale as Princess Peach, John McCallum as Emperor Prawns, David William Ramey as PC-30, Wendy Sows as Bounty Hunter No. 2, and Brock Peters as Dark Vadar, plus these superfans from behind the Deflector Shield. Join the Alliance at cinemainsomnia.com/podcast. Podcast with 2 Ds for 2DD2. We'll see you members in segment 5. This show is a billion years in the making, but it's coming to your galaxy right now.
And we're back. Oh, I can't believe this is segment 4 already.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
did we even get here?
I don't even know how we got through segment 3.
I feel like it's so unearned.
I looked down and like, 5 minutes. Wow.
We just showed up with just
if I'm like that, can you imagine the listeners that haven't even made it this far? I've seen the YouTube analytics. I know.
I feel like, like a kid in a candy store. And what I mean by that is that I come up to the counter to pay for the candy, and then I've got no money in my pockets, and I'm pulling out like a frog and a slingshot and jacks and a yo-yo. That's how I've been feeling like this whole time, where it's like, I don't have anything. I can't afford this.
How did we do this back in the day? Where it's
These
like
gumballs are too expensive.
Like you send me a text and you're like, what episode are we recording? I'm like, I have nothing. I'm dry. And I'm like, let's just do it how we used to do it, 15 minutes at a time. You're the one that told me that, 15 minutes at a time, and here we are. 45 minutes later.
15 minutes at a time.
This is the worst dental appointment I've ever had.
Oh, God. Yeah, boy. It does feel like we're getting drilled.
Did we get enough of our self-deprecation humor in?
I think that's about the
did
right
we hit the
amount.
self-deprecation humor quota?
The quota of self-deprecating humor. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So back to toxic fandom. There was
we're going to talk about Toxic Avenger?
Oh, we should.
I do have a Toxic Avenger story.
Oh, tell me real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really excited to go see Toxic Avenger. I went into the website and I checked it out, and they were like, "Oh yeah, 4:30." It was like 4:30, and then it was like 6:30. I'm like, I'll totally go to the 4:30 showing. And I go and I show up to the theater, and I'm like, I want one ticket for Toxic Avenger 4:30 showing, and I want one of those popcorn buckets. And the lady's like, well, we don't have the popcorn buckets, and the movie's already gone. And I'm like, your website says it's 4:30 and 6:30. And they're like, it's not here. The website's wrong.
Oh, wow.
And I went home, so I didn't see it.
It's weird because
that's my Toxic Avenger story.
Because it's got like a 90% positive on Rotten Tomatoes or something, but it didn't do right. They didn't make the money.
I don't know.
I feel like it wasn't a financial success.
Well, I know it was like super limited because of it being unrated.
Yeah.
Or the R. I guess there is an R cut, but most of our theaters was unrated.
It's supposedly really over the top.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, I think that was the big fear, is that they were going to try to make it too pedestrian or whitewash it.
But that's why I feel like it was limited. That's why you couldn't go to it at like 2:00 or noon o'clock or whatever the matinee. You couldn't go to the matinee. It was only like once or twice a day, and that was it. That's all they had.
Wow.
They had to move it out of the way because they had the pianist to come in or something.
They did some interesting things with that movie. I mean, they said it was unreleasable at one point.
Right.
And then and Lloyd talked about that movie when we interviewed him.
Yeah,
right?
when it was still Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So
what would Arnold Schwarzenegger sound like?
Go ahead.
I was setting you up. I don't know. No. Don't you have an Arnold?
No, I
don't have an Arnold. What is the Toxic Avenger line? It's been like so long.
I'm a hideously deformed mutant of superhuman size and strength.
What he said, but in this voice. I'm the Toxic Avenger. I'm Melvin, but I'm not Melvin because he's not Melvin in that movie. Who is he? He's
you don't even
else.
have. I mean, I guess you could be Melvin. You don't have pants, but you still have underwear.
He Melvined me.
Remember that term, Melvin?
Yeah.
Do people use that, or wedgie?
Where I was from, it was wedgie. It wasn't until Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey where they said Melvin. Hey, Melvin.
That must be California.
Must be.
Because generational maybe too, because it was a Melvin when I was a lad.
It was always a wedgie.
Wedgie seemed later.
And we always we thought that maybe, like, I remember my friends and I thinking the difference was that the wedgie was in the back and the Melvin was in the front.
Oh, yeah. That might be it too.
Because we're like, it kind of seems like that they're kind of pulling on the front of his.
If you pull on the front of the underwear, that's the Melvin, and if you pull on the back of the underwear, that's a wedgie. Yeah. That makes really sense. That makes a lot of sense in a weird way.
Now, how do we segue to your T-shirts? You still got a taxi story, don't you?
I guess we were just talking about how Toxic Avenger they were considered unreleasable, and then Legendary bought it? Who bought it? Or Legendary sold it?
Legendary sold it, I think.
And then somebody else put it out who probably didn't have the same amount of.
I almost said Ketchup, but I don't think Ketchup did that
they
one.
didn't.
Might as well have. They do everything else.
And then but they did a lot of interesting marketing with, like, they were giving money away that they were going to spend on marketing toward paying off people's medical debt.
Okay.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah, I think they thought it would go viral, and maybe it didn't work as well as they thought. But they said, well, we're instead of spending $5 million on promotion, just go and see the movie, and we're gonna spend $5 million paying off people's medical debts. And I thought that's a really
Nice.
awesome thing,
Right.
and it's kind of in keeping with Lloyd's sort of anti-authoritarian kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Anti-billionaire
stuff. So I thought that was all cool, but it wasn't, especially in this climate, it didn't help them as much as they hoped that it would if they leaned into that.
Yeah, I think the big turnoff for me, was right before going, is finding out that Peter Dinklage he's not the one in the.
I feel like
talks.
was a real black eye too.
Again, spoilers.
And I feel like and he does have a black eye.
I was gonna say, is that a joke? Is that a reference? Because he has a black eye.
The AI prompted me to make that joke.
Oh, okay.
So he's got one big black eye. I don't know. The bug eye is weird. I like him. I feel like the joke with him is that he sort of looks like Quasimodo. I always thought that was the joke with the Toxic Avenger, is he has a face like Quasimodo with the one low eye. But I guess that's somewhat insensitive, I suppose, by today's standards. Give him one big alien eye. Anyway, we have this movie. It comes out, and I guess it's already gone, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
from
it was like 2 weeks.
And so it didn't,
long.
But maybe in streaming it'll kill. Maybe it'll do well in streaming.
Hopefully.
But I have heard from some trauma fans, speaking of toxic fans, among the trauma people, is that they're very loyal to the sort of undergroundness of, and maybe that's why they did this kind of thing with the marketing of this, is that one of the difficulties is that the biggest fans of the Toxic Avenger don't want to see a high budget Toxic Avenger.
Right.
They've got no desire to see a high budget, A-list version of Toxic Avenger. They are very, very happy with the seams showing and the crappiness that is inherent with most trauma stuff. So I think that a lot of them were worried that it was going to be too Hollywood. And I think that they made it extra rough to try to quell that. But I think they also tried to market it in a certain way. And maybe they hobbled themselves trying to please the fans too much. I don't know. But speaking of unpleasable fans, so there was a guy on Instagram, and he's an old metalhead guy, and he seems like a sweet dude, biker kind of guy.
Metalhead is in from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The robot
no, his
turtle?
head was not actually metal. He had a normal. He might have had a plate in his forehead. I don't know, but he basically said that there's this trend here where you've got teeny bopper girls wearing like these band shirts. And he was saying that they need to righteously bring back the term poser for these people because they haven't earned that, and that he feels like his culture as a metalhead is somehow being appropriated by these teeny bopper girls who buy things at Hollister or Hot Topic, and it's just like, you can't tell me that the average shopper at Forever 21 or Forever 1995 or Hollister or whatever these places, the average shopper of these places knows these bands, which again is also a characterization, right? Because you're a girl and because you're young and because you have money, maybe you don't, you wouldn't appreciate Megadeth.
Right. Name 3 songs.
And that's what he was saying. This is where the name 3 songs comes from, and somehow he's saying that these people are justified in accosting these girls who are wearing a band shirt. If they're wearing Quiet Riot or name some bands. Poison? No, I don't know.
Poison? Motley Crue?
Aaron's back!
Yay!
Aaron's back to save the podcast.
Yay! The 0 hour, literally.
So, how's it going, Aaron? Okay?
Yeah.
So some bands, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah. No, anyhow,
Smash Mouth.
Tell
me when to stop.
Heavy metal bands. So, right, harder bands than that.
Harder bands.
Anyhow, Megadeth. We'll just keep Megadeth as the example. Iron Maiden. Name 3 songs. So this thing is like this guy's almost encouraging that these young girls get accosted for their, name 3 songs stuff, and like that they didn't earn this somehow, that this is stolen valor. He used those words, stolen valor. And the thing is, I have two arguments to that. One is they're probably wearing it ironically to make fun of you. So the more bothered you are by it, the more funny they think it is that they would be wearing a shirt of this band they don't care about, right?
Right.
That's one version of it. Another version of it is they might just like the design of it. If in the 1980s, I was a teenager, if I was wearing a T-shirt from the 40s of a band, I've got my Cab Calloway shirt on or something because I saw him once in the Blues Brothers, and someone comes out, name 3 songs, Minnie the Moocher.
Minnie the Moocher?
Minnie the Moocher, right?
Minnie the Moocher.
That would be me. But
Right.
if I saw a T-shirt with Cab Calloway on it, and I was a teenager, and it connected, I connected to it and wore it, I would just want to wear it because I thought it was cool. And I don't think that that's a crime. I mean, and honestly, any band, your life's blood are posers. There's so few people who will buy every album. There's so few people who will come to every show. There are so few people who are like the hardcore fans. That's maybe 1% of your fandom are those people. Everyone else is like, well, I don't have time to go to this show, but I'm going to buy a ticket anyway in hopes that I might have time. And then those seats are empty, but they're still paid for. Or I'm going to buy this shirt because I really like this band. I don't have time to listen to them, but I want everybody to think I like this band. There's those kinds of things that happen, but those kind of things are all part of the equation of how to survive as an artist. You need posers. You need posers. You need people who just, what's the fuss about? Okay, I've got money. What is the fuss about? So that's one aspect of it.
And you mentioned real quick, about like wearing a shirt because it was cool. I used to have a Dio shirt. In middle school because it had the devil on it. It was so cool, and we got it from. I don't even know how I acquired it because I think it was a hand-me-down. Because I can't imagine my mom ever buying me a shirt with the devil on it. No freaking way.
No way.
And I wore it to school, and I had to constantly take that off, and I never knew why. And it was always because, upside down, Dio says devil, and all the kids told the teachers that, and I was banned from wearing that shirt. And I had no clue what the band was.
Yeah.
It was just a cool shirt with the devil on it.
And that's awesome. I mean, and again,
and I don't even think I've listened to Dio since maybe 10 years ago I started listening to Dio.
Right. But, they were on your radar and you were advertising that band, basically.
Right. To a bunch of middle schoolers.
Right.
Who knew more about that band than I did.
Who knew more about it than you did. So, and the other aspect of it, and then this is different than the hand-me-down shirt or the shirt from the thrift store, which is what this guy was saying, is that somehow that a hand-me-down shirt has more honor, or a thrift store shirt has more honor than just buying at Hollister or Hot Topic. But the thing is, those shirts didn't get there accidentally. Megadeth is making money off of that shirt. Dio is making money off of that shirt that's sold at Forever 21 or Hot Topic or Hollister or whatever store. So it's not like those shirts are there on accident. They are putting a product on a shelf in hopes that a typical customer of that place is going to buy that product.
And you think with how the modern age is, if somebody sees that shirt, they like that shirt, they'll just go on their phone and listen to a few samples, and they may end up buying an album.
Yeah, and
versus back in the 80s or 90s, where
a 20-year-old with pink hair might love Megadeth. You can't say that they won't. But at the same time, it's like, for whatever reason, they're buying that shirt. They are putting money in your favorite band's pocket, which you're not. As a person who's like an established fan, like it's for Devo, for example, most of my records were bought secondhand. They didn't make a dime off of those albums that maybe some of the newer things I've gotten, but I have their whole catalog. I buy a new thing every once in a while. If they don't get that new blood coming in of a new fan who's going to go through and buy their whole catalog and all that stuff, even though I'm they're my favorite band in the whole world, you know, maybe they've only gotten $12 from me this year. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whereas someone else who might have deeper pockets and maybe not even that interested in the band is going to, you know, go to a couple shows, buy a couple shirts, pick up a couple toys, and that's going to keep them solvent, going to keep them able to
That's what brings Devo 2.0 back out of the way.
Which was a Target exclusive, where it's like Kids Bop with Devo songs. That's a deep cut. Oh, that's the Clean House special. We had that in the Clean House special. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents about. I had one more point with the T-shirt thing. The boyfriend jacket, right? There's people who have a boyfriend sweater. A girl will wear a big oversized sweater or a big leather jacket. Like this is like what their ideal boyfriend would be wearing. Them wearing a Megadeth shirt might be a version of that, where it's like, I have a cool boyfriend and I'm wearing their shirt. I spent the night at their house and wore their shirt. You know what I mean? Like that could be part of what the fashion aspect of it is it's like the boyfriend sweater or the boyfriend jacket. You know, it's not the music that you would like, but it's a music that a bad boy might like, you know? And so that biker guy who's trying to, you know, knock these people for wearing that shirt, they might actually have some admiration for them, or might think, I want to have a biker boyfriend or a rocker boyfriend. I don't know. So that's my take. Those are the several different reasons. But again, I guess my point is there is no wrong reason to enjoy something. Even if you like something ironically, you're still liking it. You're still supporting it.
Well, this sounds like a very good run-through. Now that Aaron's here, can we go all the way back to segment 1 and we can just start from scratch?
Yeah, and the pizza's here. Aaron, you got a pizza? Did you pick up those cigarettes also? I guess that's a no.
You have been listening to the Sleepless Knights podcast, or should we say, pODDcast.
PODDcast.
Emphasis on the odd. Our theme is by Mars Homeworld at Dead House Music. Our opening announcement is by Ophelia Necro. She does a radio show called Suicide Watch. Patreon supporters get to hear this podcast before anyone else, and a lot of other great stuff, right, Paul?
Sure.
Doesn't get it better than that, right? So come join the fun at
patreon.com/Sleepless Knights podcast.
Please stay up with us next week for another Sleepless Knights podcast. Or should we say, pODDcast.
pODDcast.
The best thing about being an insomniac is never having to say goodnight.
Good night.